Well, it is time to shop small this weekend. The gift-giving deals continue today with Small Business Saturday.
The day it helps kick off a critical holiday shopping season for locally owned shops in our area. CBS News Philadelphia's Ross DiMattei is live in Mantua, Gloucester County. Ross, good morning to you.
Good morning, Howard and Jan, and welcome inside Memory Lane Antiques, where memories are made and treasure is found. That's their motto, and that's exactly what we're intending to do this morning, to make some memories, find some treasure, and look at this bevy we have here to explore. I can't wait to show off this entire shop all morning long, guys. And really the bigger deal today is it is Small Business Saturday. The whole emphasis is supporting small business, and that's exactly what we intend to do. So let's bring in the owner of the shop here, Maria Ostrowski. You've been in business for a little over a year now. What an incredible shop you have here. We're finding new treasures as we go. Talk to me about antiquing as a whole. It feels like it's becoming more popular every year. What do you attribute that to, and is that something that you've seen in your shop?
Absolutely. The reason I think that it is so appealing is that people love to reminisce. They love to remember their times in their life when they were at their grandparents or their parents, or maybe they missed out on some things in life and they want to come back here and pick them up. Like, we see a lot of people come in and want to buy things or look for things that they might not have gotten when they were a child, you know, from the 80s or from the 70s or things like that. And yeah, it's just really becoming a really important, I think, and also doable thing, you know, to purchase.
Really well said. There's nostalgia in every corner here, and it really does connect the generations, really. I mean, you bring in younger kids to show them so many things that you grew up with, that I grew up with, which is really cool. If you can summarize what kinds of items you have in the store, like when people ask you, well, what do you have in your shop? Is it possible to narrow down what kinds of stuff people can find here?
It's a little difficult, but I can start with, we have everything from a spittoon from 1895 that's shaped like a top hat, to mid-century furniture, to vintage ceramics from the 60s, the 50s. We have glassware that you can use in your everyday life, as well as collectibles that you might just pick up in order to give as a gift. So there's a little bit of everything. There
really is a little bit of everything. We're just getting started here. You're a small business owner, but you also empower other small business owners underneath your roof. So there's a lot more to explore about your business model itself. Can we talk more about that in our next half hour?
Absolutely, I'd love to.
Okay, Maria's going to host us all morning long, guys. I hope you got just a small sample from Kyle, my photographer, of what kind of cool stuff they have here. We'll continue to show you more stuff as the morning goes on. I'll send it back to you.
The treasures I can only imagine are in there. Right?
Yeah, start digging.
Ross, go dig it.
So, yeah, we're here at Memory Lane Antiques in Mantua Township in South Jersey. And one of the coolest parts about this antique shop is that there are more than a dozen local small vendors under one roof of a small business owner. So talk about supporting local business. That's what it's all about, right? So welcome to the Squirrel's Nest. This is a really cool collection, really focused on records mostly, but a lot more than just records as well. And I want to introduce the owner of the Squirrel's Nest, Billy Rossi. This is kind of like your life's collection, I feel like. This really boils down to, this is who you are, and you're sharing it with the world. Talk to me about the interest in records, because that screams antique to me. What's the interest level like for you?
Well, nowadays records have become very popular again. It's super big. The kids are into it just as well as people my age and your age in general. The genre of music is actually selling more than digital music nowadays, believe it or not, for the first year, last year at this time. So we can't keep them in stock. They're flying off the shelves. Go ahead.
Isn't that amazing how that the vinyl has now surpassed the CDs? Who would have thought that would have happened 20 years ago?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I mean, I would have never thought it either. You know, everything comes back around. That's what's great about vintage things. And here we are with the records, and I can't be happier. I love selling them. It's a fun thing to do.
And you were telling me off camera that there's a particular interest in classic rock. Those are some of the biggest fans you get in terms of records. And what are some of the big names that you offer and that people are really looking for?
There's the classic rock. I would say 80% of this is classic rock. 20% of it would be new pressings. 60% is original early pressings, which I specialize in. I would say the Floyd, the Zeppelin, the Stones, the Who, Fleetwood Mac, the things that we grew up listening to are always popular even today. So the kids are all over the old 70s and 80s rock and roll, 90s, hip hop, classic, blues, reggae, jazz. It's a little bit of everything in this place. So,
Including pop as well. I saw some Taylor Swift, some Mariah Carey. You don't discriminate.
No, the Taylor Swift, she's a great artist. I think she's got a good positive energy. She's flying off the shelves as well. So she's very popular at the holiday season.
I would imagine so. So you're one of the many local business owners that definitely you would encourage people to come out and support small business on a day like today.
Yes, small business is where that. I think you can shop online, but it's not as personal. I think it's really nice to come here. We have a family atmosphere. Our customers in the neighborhood, we treat them like family. They're able to come here, search not just for records, but for lots of cool treasures that are in the store. So.
And this is just one corner. How cool is this stuff, guys? We're going to continue to show you more stuff, talk with more local business owners on this Small Business Saturday, because that's what it's all about. I'll send it back to you.
And you mentioned this before, Ross, the amount of nostalgia in a place like that. Both Howard and I spotted that ceramic Christmas tree in the back of your shop when you started. We're like, our grandmothers had that. So this is the kind of stuff you can pick up.
Exactly, and that's that's the clientele that are attracted to come back here to kind of relive their childhood. I know I've seen so many things from my childhood here, guys. It's like a blast from the past, if you will.
Good stuff. Thanks so much, Ross. It's time to shop small. The deals continue today with Small Business Saturday.
The date helps kick off the critical holiday shopping season for locally owned shops all across the area. CBS News Philadelphia's Ross DiMattei is live in Mantua, Gloucester County. Ross, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we're continuing to make our way around Memory Lane Antiques here in Mantua Township, and we're uncovering treasure really in every corner. And I think I found my favorite corner so far. This is Our Primitive Place. I want to introduce the owners, Joanne and Don Lay. What's amazing about this, guys, is that a lot of this is homemade. So I'm going to start with you, Joanne. Tell me about how you guys got into this, because correct me if I'm wrong, but this was not your first business, right? And how did you start hand making this stuff?
Well, we've just always loved Lancaster, going to, different antique stores, and just saw some really neat things, and we were like, oh, we can do this. So we started looking for vintage antique items, just kind of put a twist on it, made it our own. We would add, like, I get vintage, like, cans or nice vintage Santas, and, put them together. My husband, he loves, of course, the Jeeps and old antique tractors, so he started doing that. We just love kind of going out and finding things and searching for things, picking. We enjoy that. Then, of course, we always find a good restaurant while we're in Lancaster, so we enjoy doing that. It's just a fun hobby.
Clearly, you have an amazing eye for some great antiques, and I love the touch that you put on it, which brings me to your husband, Don, because I understand that you're really the craftsman behind this whole thing, and you got the handy hands, if you will. Is that a skill that you've always had, and how did you apply it to this antiquing? Like, how did this whole idea come about?
I just love going to find it and bringing it back. Colors, lights, just has pop. So everything in here is just exactly us.
And your wife, Joanne, mentioned that your specialty, your favorites are the Jeep grills with the lights. You install those lights, right? Like, these are meant to be decorative pieces?
Yes, then the lights are all repop, so they're not original. But, the idea is to just plug them in. They're plug and play. So you don't have to have transformers and make it, too busy. So that's about it.
Everything looks amazing, and congratulations on the shop. And I'm getting the sense that it's very holiday heavy, which we love this time of year. So thank you for sharing your collection with us.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we do a lot of, that's our big thing. We love holidays. So if you ever stop by at Halloween, Easter, we do a lot of holiday. We love decorating for the holidays. And
you do it right. That's Our Primitive Place here at Memory Lane Antiques. Guys, I'll send it back to you. Still more small businesses to show off this morning, if you can believe that. We'll do it. Good morning, guys. Listen, there are so many small businesses in and around Philadelphia that we could have gone to this morning to spread the message to support small business, but we chose Memory Lane Antiques here in Mantua Township in big part because they have a bunch of small business owners underneath a larger small business owner, if that makes any sense. Let me introduce one of them right now. We got Kim Miller here, the owner of Kim's Cubby. Everything you see around here is part of Kim's collection. Heavy emphasis on the glass, just beautiful stuff. How'd you get into this business, and what do you love most about being a small business owner and an antique owner?
Oh, I love that you came here actually to come showcase all the people that are here, because it is a great place to come. It's Memory Lane Antiques, which does take you down memory lane. I love the business because I get to go find things that other people may want. I'm not quite sure what everybody wants, but I feel like they might like what I pick out. So that's when I pick it out. I bring it here, clean it up, shine it up, and then I showcase it. it's a great place.
It's beautiful stuff. You put your own little touch and spin on everything, which I love. And thank you so much for talking with me. I'm going to go to another small business owner, if that's all right.
Thanks so much for being here. It's been a joy.
Of course. All right, so move along with me, Kyle, as we try to show off just how expansive the entire store is. I mean, there's just so many nooks and crannies to explore. But right now, I do want to introduce another business owner, the youngest small business owner here at the Antique Shop, and also the daughter of the owner of the Antique Shop. I think I've set it up enough. This is Hillary Ostrowski, and this is your little area right here. Tell me about your collection, and I know you put a big emphasis on handmade candles. Talk to me about that.
Yes, absolutely. So I grew up antiquing with my mom, so I learned at a very young age that this vintage world is a lifestyle, and I've fully immersed myself in it. I started doing hand-poured candles. It's a sustainable, organic line. Everything is natural, zero toxins, parabens, anything like that. And what I do is I mix the vintage life with the candles, so I find and I source vintage vessels. Every vessel has a story, and I pour the candle in it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that I love doing.
And something about this day and age, like everyone's looking for handmade candles, especially young people, which drives them to the antique shop, which is cool.
Absolutely. It's a cool little niche within this amazing place. So,
well, thank you for sharing a piece of it with us. Guys, I think I've introduced you to many small business owners this morning under one roof, which has been just such a cool experience. We're going to do it again at 9 a.m. and introduce you to even more business owners, because it is Small Business Saturday, and that's what it's all about. I'll send it back to you.
You know what I like about small businesses is you will always find something unique to give to someone else.
Exactly. And also, you know, that idea that the concept they have there, having, you know, these different small businesses in one spot is great. Ross, you called yourself a bull in a china shop. Did you break anything yet? You or your photographer, Kyle?
Great question, guys. I'll be honest, in the back of my mind the entire time has been, don't trip on anything because it might, you know, topple over an entire case of beautiful glassware. So I think I've escaped scot-free, no broken goods. And with that, I'm going to sign off so I don't mess it up.
All right.
I'll send it back.
You break it, you buy it,
Right,
Ross.
exactly. Good idea.
What's really cool about this antique shop on this Small Business Saturday is that the owner here, Maria, not only is a small business owner herself, but you're propping up other small business owners here, providing a space for other antique sellers, about 25 of them, to have their own space. So I'm going to get to your collection here in just a second. I'll let Kyle show off. This is all your stuff here personally.
It is.
But first, tell me about just how special it's been to be able to help out other small business owners on your journey to becoming so successful in your own right.
It's been amazing. I mean, the idea that I can give an opportunity to a lot of different people and that have the same passions and the interests that I do is just a wonderful opportunity. And to be in this community of Mantua and Winona and how they've accepted us is another wonderful thing as well. We all get to do what we love, and we get to make a little money doing it. So
pretty good deal, and it truly is a family affair. We got your daughter Hillary here, who has her own space. I'm going to come back to you again with the collection. Again, this is all of your glassware.
It is.
Hold that thought for 1 second. I'm curious, Hillary, what's it been like watching Mom become a business owner and supporting others?
it's been beautiful. She's honestly just such an inspiration. She has been my whole life, and these past few years with this business, you know, it's just, she's a strong, independent woman, and I'm proud to have, you know, her as my mom, and it's just been a beautiful experience.
Really well said. All right, let's get to your stuff here. You got a passion for glass, obviously, and you're offering 20% off of everything in the store for Small Business Saturday. Tell me about where this passion came from.
Well, I grew up around a lot of beautiful glassware, and I guess my mother inspired me to cherish it and to give things that were loved before a second chance. And that's what we kind of like to do here, pass it on to someone else to love.
I was just going to say, you're passing on that passion.
Yes.
We've picked up on that passion all morning long. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
We got one more small business owner to show off, guys, coming up at 9:30. What a fun day this is. How about this great stuff here in Mantua? I guess I could take orders, guys, although some of this isn't too cheap. I'll send it back to you.
Well, we don't want to break the bank, Ross. You do have a family to support. Thank you, Ross, very much.
You guys are the ones making the bank, so yeah. All right, sounds good.
All right, thank you, Ross.